Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Earrings Off. We want to invite you to subscribe, rate, and leave us a review. You can find us on Facebook at Earrings Off Podcast and on Instagram at The Earrings Off Podcast.
Welcome to Earrings Off. I'm Lou.
And I'm Teresa. Let's get started.
Teresa, people can now get the booster vaccine.
I do know that because I already took mine.
You took it already, you brave soul.
I don't know if it's that or crazy.
you know how we struggled to even take the vaccine at all. You and I went through all of that processing and reading everything, and because we both have issues with taking shots like that, vaccine, putting things in our body. And so we finally got to that point, and now there's a booster, and you took it. I bow down to you, my sister.
Girl, let me tell you something. I don't know what was different, but it was not a good experience.
Really?
I had some serious reaction to it.
But before we get to that, help me understand your process to even get you mentally ready.
Okay,
so because I know that's something you and I were struggling with.
Well, I don't even know where to start with that one because it is, they've made this, you've heard me say this, you know how I feel about it. They've politicized this thing so much to the point where the lines for me with the science and the politics is blurred. It's a blurred line. It's like,
it's confusing.
It's very confusing. I don't know that we're being told. I feel like we're not being told the truth. I feel like it's politics. I feel like it's money. And, I don't know. I just felt like.
Okay, folks. Okay. I just for a minute, I have to do a disclaimer. We're not conspiracy theorists, and we're not participating in
this is
the movement.
Well, I guess it does kind of sound like that, doesn't it?
Just stating some normal feelings. So don't.
These are my
camp, because we are not. Okay. All right. Continue.
These are definitely my feelings, but so there was no magic bullet that said that. It was literally the pressure of the media and the fact that I just don't want to get sick. I don't know that this will prevent me from getting sick because I have an unscientific poll that I've taken, right, if you will. It's everybody that I've talked to that had a breakthrough case had taken the Pfizer vaccine, except for two people. There was one person with Moderna and one person with J&J, Johnson & Johnson. I took the Pfizer. So I felt like, from that unscientific poll that, maybe the efficacy of the Pfizer was not long lasting like Moderna.
And you needed that booster.
And I needed it because I kind of am so mad at myself for giving into it, but I just don't want to be sick with COVID, so I'm weighing the lesser of two evils. I don't want to get sick with COVID. And if I do get sick from COVID, I don't want to lose my life behind it. I'm trying to give myself the best advantage that I can.
Well, so, I have to tell you, I'm jealous that you've gotten that over with. So was it hard to actually get access to it?
It was actually very easy, honestly. And that's the thing, they say 65 years and older and those with that are immunocompromised. But I will tell you that many people who don't fit those categories are taking the booster.
Yeah, okay.
And they were taking it before it was approved. There's no before, when I say before the booster was approved, but there's no policies or procedures I feel in place.
Yeah,
If you want to get the booster, you just go and tell them you want a booster shot. I went to a drugstore to get mine, and so, but I did take it after it was approved.
Yeah.
And after consulting with my doctor. So
yeah.
But
yeah, I'm hearing from people that you can just walk into your local pharmacy and get it. So
yeah, and then they have here in Chesterfield County, they actually have locations that are strict, that are for that reason. You mean just to go and get vaccine centers, I guess, if you will, if I have to give it a name.
Yeah.
But I'm just so ready for this thing to be over. I'm so thankful right now that the numbers are decreasing.
Yeah,
and
that's what I was about to say. The numbers are going down. So
yeah. And of course, they're anticipating, because it is getting cold and people are going indoors, that the numbers might increase. But I hope again that that's just speculation, and that it doesn't happen. It's just enough. It's like enough already. Enough. Too many people have suffered. Too many people have died. I've reached a point of fatigue with this whole thing.
Well, it's a lot. So, but how did you respond to the booster?
Well, not well at all. That's what I was saying earlier. I didn't. I mean, the first time, about 6 or so months back, when I took it for the first time, the first shot went really well, just some soreness at the injection spot. The second dose, not that smooth. I had some fatigue, some brain fog, but it only lasted for a few hours. When I say, I realized something was going on and said, the shot. And I laid down a bit, and it was a few hours and I felt better. But this time, girl.
What?
Yeah. It was the day that I took it, maybe 5 hours, if that much, not even that many hours. The injection spot in the arm was very sore, and the forearm, the top half of my arm was really stiff. And by the end of the night, I could barely lift my arm. It was awful. The pain was awful. I didn't take anything. And then the fatigue set in. Like literally, I felt like I was on drugs. Really? Well, I guess I was. But I was just like, I couldn't move. It was like I just could sit there and like see things go past me. It was the weirdest. I guess I can describe it as being lethargic, having a foggy brain, just fatigue. And that lasted for a couple of days.
What?
Yeah, but once it was over, it was over. But definitely the booster, to the point where I thought maybe that I'd been, given the wrong shot.
Yeah.
Because I'm not about the whole mixing thing that they've added to the mix, the confusion of it all. It's like, why would we go and mix them? But anyway, but no, it was odd. It was very, very odd. It was similar, though, to everything that you've read and the responses that when people do have responses, except I wasn't expecting that. I thought I get it and life would go on, because I had so much going on that day and the subsequent days that I didn't think it was going to take me down that way,
Yeah. And see, I'm going to tell you, I mean, I know you and I, when we started Earrings Off, we pledged to try to bring information to the community that was needed. And this subject is certainly one that we need to stay abreast on. But as you're talking, I'm thinking, I wish I weren't here in this episode, because you know what a big baby I am about this kind of stuff. And I know I need to go take that booster, but it's like I didn't have a reaction to the first shot or the second one. And I felt so thankful that I didn't feel it at all But now this booster is just it's concerning, So, but I know I got to do what I have to do. Okay, the booster is out there, and it's available. We do know that people over 65 and that have a compromised immune system are being encouraged to take it, absolutely, but it's available for people to get that taken care of. But Teresa, there has to be some relief. The fact that, okay, at least for now, with the confusion and different information that's coming at you, still you've done the best you can do to protect yourself against this deadly virus.
That's right. There is some relief in that. I do, it's just that
to protect yourself and your loved ones and people you come in contact with. So you have been such a responsible citizen, Teresa.
Thank you, Lou.
To you.
Thank you.
We have one half of this team that's always on it, doing the right thing, So
right.
I'm gonna be reluctantly bringing up the rear, but I'm gonna handle that. So
yeah. I mean, it's a terrible thing that we're all having to deal with, but we have got to put ourselves in the best position to be able to support our families and ourselves.
Right. Yeah, because while the numbers are going down and we're thankful for it, it's still, people are still dying. People are still being hospitalized. I've got a cousin that's a nurse, and the hospitals are still understaffed. They don't have enough people to to manage the number of people that are requiring hospitalization at this time. So the medical personnel, they're being overwhelmed. Our systems are being overwhelmed. So whatever we need to do to
help,
to help,
and
not add to the problem.
Right. And let's just take a quick second to give them a big shout out, because they are so overworked right now. And so, like you said, it's short staff everywhere. And the fatigue and the stress that they're under to keep up with the pace of what this virus has brought to us. So kudos to all the frontline workers.
Big thank you. And folks, we applaud Teresa for sharing, and we're hoping that you stay safe and do the right thing, and get your booster so we can do our part. So that's it for us here today at Earrings Off.
Take good care.